my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 1, episode number 41, and waiting in the green room is our good friend, Mr. Kent Welch. And if you're not familiar with his name, you probably are subscribed to his channel, The Collector Guy. So he is one half of the Collector Guys that we have tonight. But before we get him on stage, let me see who joined me to have some fun on my TST Toy Soldier Tuesday. And we're going to start with this guy that was with me last night, Mr. Rick Bradshaw. How you doing, Rick?
How's everyone tonight?
Doing
Good
good,
to be
doing
here.
good. Thanks for giving me 2 nights in a row, Rick. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, always.
Heading out Midwest for Mr. Joseph Baker in his bunker. How you doing, Joe?
Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday.
It is TST, Toy Soldier Tuesday, and we're going to head up to Canada to say hi to John Salatellis, who missed us last week, but that's okay. He's back.
Let's go Blue Jays. I said it.
Go Dodgers.
World Series, baby. We'll see. Glad to be there.
We got somebody new to the panel tonight, although he was a special guest back in July, Mr. Chris Shaw. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah.
Even everybody.
Normally you're texting in the chat room, and it's nice to get you back on here, man. How you doing?
Thank you very much.
Good. Well, I'll bring everybody in here real quick, and let's see. Rick, you want to take charge?
What am I doing?
Saying hi to everybody in the chat room, or you don't want to do that?
Turn my chat on. Oh, I missed
That's
that.
fun.
As always, Big Boss Jack. Barb is here. Moon Doggy, always good to see him. Dan DiBiase, hey. Lone Wolf. See, the chats have gone past, and I can't see everyone who's on.
You can't scroll up like I do. I can scroll up.
No,
Michelle's here. Michelle's here with us. Patrick
Mark
Green.
Rostick, Bruce Noble.
Tom L. Yeah.
Now,
Oh, Seth67. Hey, Seth.
Seth, hey.
Seth's been doing some cool stuff in his videos.
Bruce says,
Dr.
let's
Green's
talk
here.
plastic. Bruce, we got a big-time plastic collector for you tonight, buddy. He's big-time into Britons, so hopefully you like that. Mark is with us. And I saw Michelle text. She's in there.
Yeah.
I was here
Patrick,
last night, too, man. Tom L.
Yeah,
Patrick Grain.
joined us.
yeah, Patrick. Cool.
Seth must have got off work early. He's checking us out in California. Normally, he said he's just getting off work in Cali. He can't always catch the show. So
3.7.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
3.7 deep dive.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Happy birthday, John. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Happy birthday.
last
that was
Saturday.
last week. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. Well, let's go around the room and say what is new in your zoo before I bring on my special guest, John Salatellis. I'm going to start with you since you weren't here last week. Did you get anything new in the mail? What's
Well,
up?
I got my order from Hobby Bunker from August because we finally got the mail back.
I was going to say your mailman went on strike for a little bit.
Yeah, well, technically they're still on strike. But it's a kind of a rotating thing that they're doing now, but we're getting mail more or less regularly. So I got the package that I had ordered from Matt from Hobby Bunker. I had ordered the you guys see these? I don't know. They're kind of dark, but it's the Australian infantry from the World War II infantry. The considered I actually though this box is from British Imperial Army. I got those too, but I haven't put them together. So they're just, if you're expeditionary force, you know that they come in pieces. and you got to glue the arms and the heads and the weapons together.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and these guys are the Australians.
Gurkhas?
No, they're Australians actually. It's not the Gurkhas. The Gurkhas are the ones with the shorts.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I managed to actually put these guys together, and I actually spray painted one. I don't know where it is. I brought it in here, but anyway, because they're going to be a kind of like a kind of greenish puke color. I don't know. It's not. It's not. I'm not going to do them all olive drab because I'm saving that for the Americans. I got a King and Country. This is Philip Kiefer, the from the since we were talking about the casino, the leader of the French commandos. Yeah, Philip Kiefer, his name is actually Capitaine de Frégate. That's what he is, Philip Kiefer. They are. I always make this mistake with King and Country. They're always bigger. They're 60 millimeter, but they're also like thicker guys. So anyway, he's a character figure, so I guess he'll be out in front, and we'll photograph him in a way that will make sense. I got a couple of tank traps from War Park.
Ooh, that's cool.
These are really,
Yeah, those are nice.
yeah. I wish I had a couple more. I think maybe I'll pick up a couple more. And I think, is there anything else?
Is that 3D printed or what is it?
No. They're from War Park. They're actually really. This feels like it's real wood, but it's probably resin.
Resin. Oh.
I was
They're a
thinking
metal
of
company, right, John?
asking Brandon
Yeah,
Helms.
they're metal. Yeah, they're metal more or
Yeah.
less. Yeah. They're actually releasing a new Stug tank with a lot of the I think maybe six figures that six German figures like that would go on top, like hanging on and on one knee and stuff like that. So the rider, the tank rider. So they're
nice.
they're about $45 a pop, plus the tank was probably a couple of hundred, if not three. So.
Yeah,
They're
their stuff's
expensive.
pricey.
Beautiful stuff, but it's
Yeah.
and I got this is a Mark's from the airport, I believe, play sets.
Uh-huh.
You guys will tell me the extras. It's like a kind of like a searchlight or
Searchlight,
something. Yeah. Oh, here's a guy, and so they're going to be this color. The Australians are going to be this color. I'm not sitting and painting every single one of them. I'm tired. No.
They're pretty big scale, aren't they, John? Though.
Oh no, actually, these are good. I would say they're close to 130. Close to 130, but no, they're not big. I mean, in comparison with this guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even if
Those are
this
pretty
guy
nice.
stands up straight, yeah. But they're nice. They're nice figures. So are the Britons. The British commandos too. Haven't put together though. Next week.
Got a Dodgers fan here. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I mean, I don't have any huge expectations for the Blue Jays against the Dodgers and Ohtani, but you still got to play the games. You never know what happens.
Hey, you never know what's going to happen. Toronto's got some good bats.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Dodgers killed my Brewers.
All right, Chris, what do you got for us, buddy? What's new in your
I
zoo?
just got the 21st century. I think it's the German Opel Blitz truck.
Yeah,
with half truck, half track. I got this off eBay. It's not complete. There's missing the slats that go in the back of the bed. If you can see it like that. But I mean, it does have a driver, and for $28, I took a gamble and took it. Glad to have it. It's a pretty nice piece. It's all together. There's nothing broken other than just missing those little pieces in the back. So
does it have the top?
Oh, that's nice.
no, it doesn't come with the top. It's just a flat piece, open bed. So.
Okay, because it's the half track. Yeah, the half track doesn't come.
Yeah.
With the, you're right. Yeah.
I think they did this in like a couple different variations as well. I think there's a camouflage one for like the Africa Corps era.
Yeah, I have Africa.
So this is pretty cool though.
What scale? 132?
That's 132, 21st century.
Yeah, that's nice. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a nice piece. I really like it a lot. So it's in pretty decent shape for what it is,
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. I mean, I did show that mystery figure. I guess you guys.
Yeah, show that again.
Yeah.
Let's see if anybody knows from the chat. Yeah. Anybody? They can just type it in and we'll
Yeah,
call.
so if you're in the
them.
chat room and
Yeah.
you know what
You
figure
guys
that
know?
is or where it came from, the company,
Yeah,
go ahead and chat it in.
he's on a horse. He fits on a TSSD horse pretty decent. So
Hmm.
Yeah, cool.
yeah, that's it.
So
I
we'll
got some other
save
stuff coming from Plastic Platoon, but it's probably going to be a couple weeks before that gets here. So
the answer till we bring out our special guest.
there you go.
All right. Okay, to the bunker of Joe Baker.
Yeah. So let's see if I can figure this out again.
Joe, you're coming in crisp and clear. I like your wife's computer. there,
Yeah,
buddy.
her surface is nice.
Oh, look at that.
So
That's gorgeous.
Oh, you got the trees.
yeah, what's newer, the tree on the left side.
The
Beautiful.
are those Brandon's?
Those are
Yeah.
Brandon's
Ah.
trees around his well there. And yeah, so I'm very pleased with those there. They really look gorgeous in a desert oasis type.
That is
setup.
cool. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
So that came, and then along with it, we'll turn it back around. Is I had mentioned that I wanted a supply depot,
Yeah.
kind of like in Kelly's Heroes, where Crap Game is kind of holding court at that one scene, and so he's made a
oh, look at that.
bunch of barrels. This is
Yeah.
some type of craft paper that he's
Yeah.
draped over it and painted beautifully. Comes in all sorts of different variations. Like here's
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Those are nice. Yeah.
here's one without any thing on it. I don't know if you can just see the
Oh yeah, the oil
the
spills.
detail and stuff like that. There's so a lot of different things, and then he sent a bunch of little things. I don't know if you can even see these or not, but like
What are those? Like
Yeah.
little bag sacks or?
this is a sack,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
and then here's like a pile of rope. Reminds me of Barzo's stuff,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Cool.
Oh my God.
and then
Brandon's been holding out on us. Huh?
I know. Oh, I love those. He had some of those at the Chicago show.
Yeah, those. Yeah, no.
cool little bucket.
Yeah, that I have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
So a lot of really neat stuff from Brandon.
Brandon's kicking butt in the accessory area.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He's just on warp speed,
Yep.
Um,
Yep. And he enjoys it too. I mean, he's always asking me. So, what new stuff do you guys want? So I'm like, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm almost to the point where I don't want to say anything because
Yeah, I feel bad.
up all night going mad scientist and everything. So anyway, yeah. So
all right.
that's what's new in my zoo.
Cool.
Thanks, Brandon.
Oh.
All right, Rick. You gonna keep it to 132 tonight?
No,
Ah,
Oh, boy.
Rick, we were on a roll, man. We were
I'm
on
going
a
to
roll.
go 1/6. No,
1/6.
Ah,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I am going to go 118, though.
Is it
And I'm going to
military
go
at least?
Joy
Is it-
Toy. Everyone, I don't know. I love Joy Toy. So this is the box.
Oh, that's
World
cool.
War II Wehrmacht. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You get 3 figures. Now, here's the funny thing. And stop me, correct me if I'm totally wrong. So here's, it comes with 2 soldiers and a commander. Here's a commander. Okay.
Oh wow.
Now, you see what he's wearing.
Yeah.
Is that Wehrmacht?
Uh,
I would say yeah, but
Who wore the P dot?
I was associated that
he's
with
nice.
SS, Res.
yeah, he's got the pants and everything though.
Yeah. And here's his back.
nice.
Are they all glued on pieces or just press them in?
Some of it's removable. Yeah. The helmet's removable. Some of this equipment, you can take it all off, and he's just wearing his Y harness.
Yeah, deep dive saying 44 dot camouflage for SS.
And the thing is, what I'm getting at is, and here's another guy with an MP44, even though his I think his pouches are a little wrong, but
How well do they hold up to the 21st century?
these blow away 21st century.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What about the other one? The ones we bought at the show?
the Marauders.
Yeah, Marauder.
I like Joy Toy better,
Really? Okay.
but Joy Toy is fragile, more fragile
okay.
than Marauder. Marauder would put up with a lot more,
Playtime. Yeah.
playtime. But that's the thing. What I'm getting at is Joy Toy. You know, they say Wehrmacht. They don't want to say SS.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but they put out, SS.
figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was
But,
very nice.
They're nice. They're really nice, and they photograph amazing. If you can, I'll hold this guy up a little closer. These the face sculpts are awesome.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so they're nice if you're into 118. But good luck finding them. I got them when they came out, and they don't make them anymore. So, good luck.
All right. Well, I usually don't talk about much, but I'm going to show my truck too. Since you brought yours up, here's mine.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I have that one too, I think. Yeah. Yep.
I got mine filled with a bunch of guys standing attention there.
Yeah, that's the guy that comes with the truck and the driver.
Yeah. Well, I got
That
like
guy stand.
15 of
Yeah, a
them. In
bunch
there.
of them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're not allowed to move though. They got to stand there. And then for Joe, here's what Brandon just sent me. Here's my camera.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Now
Nice.
it's thin. This is his prototype, but it is to scale, and it's exactly like the
The marks.
Marks one. So
Yeah.
oh,
he's
wow.
working on the flat one now. You know, the one that's laying down flat.
Yes, yes.
But this hard plastic, I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I think
Does it
people
have
are gonna be-
holes for
Yeah,
strings or anything?
Yeah.
So what he's doing on the new one, I told him he's got a little hook on the top so you can hold it from a string, or he's putting like a knob or something in there. So if you wanted to put like a clear rod like this and hold it up, you could do it that way too.
But
Wow.
nothing for the cords hanging down.
Nothing for the cords, no.
Very nice.
But yeah, I mean, we can all get the paratroopers, but we can't get any chutes, So he's gonna be working on chutes. He's gonna be printing them in white very soon. So I think Brandon's gonna be pretty busy in the near future. So
That's the guy you had on last week, correct?
he's been on a couple times, but he was at my table at the Chicago show.
Brandon, no, he's been only on once, no?
Oh, yeah, I guess
Only,
he is.
only once,
yeah.
about a month ago, month and a half.
About a month ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right before
okay.
the show.
I get him confused with Scavenger guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, Scavenger was on last. Jason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scavenger does figures. Brandon's doing accessories.
Accessories.
Gotcha,
Brandon
gotcha.
did the big blimp.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
a balloon.
Yeah, barrage balloon. So, all right. Well, I'm looking in the green room, and I don't think Kent hung up on us yet. So I'm going to introduce this guy. If you're not familiar with his name, Kent Welch, I'm sure you're familiar with the Collector Guys, and this is one half of the Collector Guys. This is Mr. Kent Welch. How you doing, Kent?
I'm good, Paul. Thanks for having me on.
Sorry, we don't have a clap button. We all have to clap for you. Is that okay?
Thank you. I was nervous I was in the wrong place until I listened in to everything and I realized, hey, this is where I should be, right?
That is
Perfect.
a toy soldier room, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess. Holy moly.
Awesome, man.
There you go.
So,
Thanks,
dude, I
good.
found you about a year ago. I don't know how long you've been on YouTube, but about a year ago. And I just got hooked on your channel, man. You guys do a quality show, quality channel. Steve, your counterpart. Man, I mean, everything collectible, not just toy soldiers, but all different collectible stuff. Where do you want to start, man? Because I know I'd like to talk a little bit about your channel, but then I know you want to dive deep into your personal collection right there. So let's save that for your room tour, if you would.
Yeah, it's funny when you and I talked about doing this, I realized I have never let anyone see this room outside my family. So this
Really?
is this is a first. No collector has ever seen this room. You guys are it. So nice to be on the show.
Okay.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's taking a little time to put into it.
Yes.
Collector guys. Steve is based in Austin. I believe he is tuned in. We have been friends for a long time. He knew I collected. I knew he collected. And, we were talking one day and we just said, hey, it'd be a lot of fun to put some time into sharing what we know and, having some fun with it. And, we've tried to get past just what we collect. We've tried to do other collections. Steve's done a really good job about talking to other people, but, we tend to do a lot of what we love. So you see a lot of toy soldiers. You see a lot of Barbies because one of our wives collects Barbies. So if you want to see one of the most amazing Barbie collections you've ever seen, check out the channel because it's amazing. But we do try and talk to other collectors, whether it's people that collect prints or military uniforms or things like that, and talk to them about their passion and share it with the world.
Well, you've been covering the Chicago Toy Soldier Show for quite some time.
Yeah. For a while now. And when Roger Garfield was running the show, I became friends with Roger, great guy. His family's great. And he let me help him a little bit with the marketing, which is really where I do for a living. So, it's been a lot of fun to cover the show and let people see what they miss when they don't head to Chicago once a year.
Well, I'm going to bring the crew in here so we can get an all better look at you. And then, guys, if you're in the chat room and have any questions, just post them and we'll put them up. But like I said, I love your channel, man. I get hooked on toy soldiers, obviously, but then when I saw his lunchbox collection, I was like, and then poor guy just lost a member from Kiss last week. I know he's a big Kiss collector, and yeah.
He's a huge collector of Kiss stuff, and what I've learned about that is it's almost impossible to collect everything Kiss. They merchandise so heavily, but I've learned a lot from Steve, and he has an amazing collection. His lunchbox collection, he has the majority of metal boxes that were ever made, not counting new stuff or retro, but the original thing we would have when we were kids. He has the majority of that. He's got amazing stuff.
And you didn't know Steve until when? I mean,
we go back a little ways. We worked together, but we didn't know we were both into collecting until one day we just happened to be talking, and I said, I'm really into this, and he was like, I am too, and it was our chance to like I said, share what we know. I mean, my probably passion is doing toy soldier videos. There is not to sound obnoxious here, but there's a lot of missing information about there. So I have a lot of fun doing, in depth. If you want to collect this particular line, here's literally every single figure and what it looks like and why, if you got a round base, it's really this figure, it's not this part, and this is a redo, et cetera, et cetera. I have a lot of fun with that, just trying to let people know about those things.
How long have you been collecting?
I have been collecting since my older brother got a set of Britain's Detail, and I was jealous as hell. So probably since I was about 10 years old, I not collecting the whole time, of course, like most of us, got away from it and then got back to it when I got a little older, and kind of been a quest ever since then to get try and complete a complete details collection. Not there yet, but it's, I made some progress.
Got your first question from the chat room. Ronald McDonald wants to know, have you ever counted your soldiers? How many do you have?
I have not. I'll show you the room. It's not as big as many people's rooms, but I only have probably maybe a third of them out. I never have collected them, no. And the thing is too, most of what I collect, honestly, is more affordable. I mean, the majority collection is, and you can still buy detail figures for $3 a piece. So the great thing about what I do is, I can afford to buy a lot of them. I mean, if you're going to buy a mint in the box set, of course, somebody's going to want, a lot more money for it. But my part of the hobby is still very affordable at this point.
Gotcha.
Thousands for sure.
Your video is getting a little choppy. I don't know if anybody else is seeing that, or is that just me?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's
Okay. Yeah, it's very choppy.
Right. Ken, I got a question if you don't mind.
Sure.
First of all, I love your channel. Watch a lot of your stuff. It's excellent. Any idea, and maybe you can't answer this, any idea why Britain's Detail didn't do Russians for World War II?
I only have theories. My theory is, of course, when, for the longest time, Britain's was, of course, a British company. And
Gotcha.
my own theory is because of the time, they couldn't sell in Russia. So that eliminated that because of the Cold War. They couldn't sell in the country. And I think that was just so ingrained to them in the 70s that was the enemy and people would not buy them. I mean, the one thing about Britain's is, they were hardcore a retail company. I mean, yes, they were about quality, but they wanted to sell figures. And the more you study them, the more you see, if something didn't work, they were the fastest to drop it and move on. Mm-hmm. And I imagine that they just figured, we can't sell them in Russia, and the Russians are threatening us, on a daily basis in the 1970s. Nobody's going to buy these figures because, again, these were for kids. These weren't, right, like us. So I just can't see somebody's dad going, "Hey, Jimmy, let's go buy the Russians."
just a thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I got
the other question
here.
I have. Go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
No, go for it, man.
The other question I had was the molds for the British SAS guys. I think there's like 8 or 9 poses, but like some of them are really, really rare. Are those molds lost?
The mold question is a great one. So when it comes to all the detail molds, the majority of them are lost. Current Britain's has a very small selection of them. If you really wanted me to, I could name for you which ones they still have. But essentially they have some of the World War II, some of the Cowboys and Indians or Western figures, some of the Knights and what were originally the Turks. And the majority, though, the molds are gone. When Britain sold, when they started to wind down the detail line in the 80s, they sold some of them to DSG, which you can still buy. And some people, don't like DSG. Some people do. But personally, I think they're great figures. They're a great addition. But so DSG has about 6 of the molds. They have things like the Mexican Cowboys and things like that. Britain still, like I said, owns some of the molds, but a lot of the molds just disappeared between the different sales, between, Britain's Petite and all these different things. And then the company was sold to America. The majority of the molds and almost all the Herald molds before them, just gone. They don't know what happened to them. The vehicles, like I've got one right here, all this kind of stuff, gone. They can't tell you what happened to them, where they are. They probably got melted down in China. So sadly enough, we're limited. And honestly, right now, Britain's is not really making any detail figures. The molds they still have, their focus is on their connoisseur figures. I talked to them in Chicago, and they said they're going to get back to the detail figures. They might even do new ones, but it's just not their number one priority.
Do you have a complete set of those guys, the SAS guys?
I have a complete set of all the German sets. Yep, I've got all those.
No, these are the British SAS, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you mean. You mean this gentleman right here?
Yes. Oh, yeah. There he is. Yep. Yeah. They're so hard to find.
I have this one.
That's
exactly.
That's
sorry,
it,
yeah, that's exactly how many I have. That's a crazy story. If you know it too. The history of those and there's been a lot of misunderstanding when people for the longest time thought that they pulled them because they looked like the British that were serving in Ireland at the time and it was too political to have that. The reality is they messed it up. They tried to copy Tempo's version of multi-molding, where instead of doing one color and painting it, you do a system where it's multiple molds put together, and so you have all the different colors right there, and you don't have to paint it. Unfortunately, Britain's rushed it. They didn't do those right. So those original 6 that you're talking about, yes, they are extremely hard to get. This is my single one. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it because that is the expensive part of the hobby.
I can imagine how much that costs in a way.
It's crazy. I mean, they're extreme. And the crazy thing is they're still out there. You can still find them. Now, before everybody goes rushing to a bin somewhere, there is the second version. The second version looks almost like them. They're different poses. Every one of the poses is slightly different than those poses, and those are common. You can find those at garage sales all the time. They're worth $1.
Yeah.
But the ones you're talking about, extremely rare. Maybe as few as 1,500 were ever made.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I have the normal ones quite a bit, but I don't have any of those odd poses. I'd love to find them sometime, but I'm sure they're
Yeah.
pricey.
All right, I'm gonna give away a secret here. One way that's easy to spot them, even if you don't know the poses, right there you see they have black patches on their arms. That's the easiest way. If you see a figure with a patch, that's usually going to tell you that it's one of the rare ones. See, it's got right there too. So there, I'm giving away a secret right there.
Were there 4 poses that there are the rare ones? Is that
there were a full 6. They did a full Britain 6, and then when they released them again, when they fixed them and put them back out, they did keep a couple of the old poses, but they're different. They're not quite like they're slightly different than the original one. So you always know if you have an original one once you do the research.
Okay, great, thank you.
Kent, do you have any of the hospital series?
You know what? I do not. That is that's on the radar, but I don't have any in the hospital. I would love to have all of them, but I would love to have the hospital helicopter. That was they didn't make a lot of those, but that's a pretty rare one to find is the helicopter.
I only have the what is it called? The little thing that they carry the patient in underneath.
The bucket.
The bucket, bucket, whatever, that and
it's like a stretcher bucket.
And I'm missing the female doctor with a green dress. I want the wheelchair and the like basically that whole set with the X-ray machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I kind of missed it this year. I saw it and I went back to buy it and it was gone.
I have the wounded guy. That's the only one I have for that whole set.
Yeah, I have several wounded guys.
Yeah.
They have a boxed one that has like all the mini sets all together. That's a really sweet one too for somebody's shelf. But I've only seen it one time.
Yeah, they're hard to find.
Scott wants to know, are World War II figures the hot items right now?
Well,
just for me, I would say World War II is yes. It always does well. I mean, I have 4 or 5 shelves of different World War II figures. And I always see them sell well. I think they do better. They definitely do better. Just speaking on detail, they definitely are better than the Knights and the Turks or even the Western series. People just, for one thing, Britons did a really nice job with their World War II figures. They had 2 amazing sculptors that put those out. And yes, I would say absolutely. They're always a hot number. Probably the most popular detail line.
And Iggy from Iggy's Toy Parade wants to know, where do you keep it all? Is what we're seeing behind you your whole collection, or do you?
No, I have those drawers down there are full of toy soldiers. I have more, which I'll flip around the camera that I'm facing. I built a bookshelf, and of course, immediately started to fill it with toy soldiers instead of books. So the books that keep going away, and more toy soldiers keep coming in. And then I have a couple of closets that I put stuff into. So it's hard to put everything out all at once. So I just kind of rotate stuff in.
And Seth67 says, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the man cave. He's waiting.
Right.
He wants to see what's in your room there, buddy.
Fair enough. Tell you what, I'm going to try and be gentle here with the camera. Let's see here. So this is the first. Sorry, I get my bearings here.
Before we get started, I think this is your partner.
Oh,
he wants to know, what is the story behind those display cases?
The story behind these probably will look familiar to some people. They were purchased when Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. I drove all around Florida and bought up the display cases from Bed Bath & Beyond. This is where they kept their knives, of all things. So that's where these came from.
Dude.
Excellent.
Works perfect, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this first row down here, let me get a little closer.
Yeah,
those are the 2nd edition Britain's U.S. soldiers infantry with the house's Airfix runes. And they are up against the 2nd German infantry, which are a little support of, a 88 gun and a Forces of Valor tank, because, the Germans could always use a little extra armor.
Is that a dinky 88?
Yes, it is. It's one of my favorite toys. That dinky 88.
Yeah, that is a nice piece.
Good call.
That is beautiful. I love that 88.
That is beautiful.
I find it fascinating that Dinky did everything in the other scale except for select pieces that they did in 132 because they work so well with things like Britons.
And they only made 3 figures, right? Of all their toy soldier stuff was only just the 3 figures with that
Yep.
88. Yep.
Yep, exactly. Yep. In fact,
Yep.
Over here, let's see if I can. That's the dinky gun right there. It's kind of hard
Nope.
to see.
We're upside down.
No, sorry. Pull back. You gotta love cameras. There we go.
There we go.
So that,
That's
yeah, you see that guy? Why?
yeah.
We flipped
Yeah.
again.
It's almost like the glass is bothering it. So that's so weird. All right, maybe I got it. So above them is the Japanese infantry, and they are facing the British infantry. Both versions of the British infantry. Behind them are the Desert Rats, the British Eighth Army, and the DSG is the ones here that are blue. They are the DSG version, and they are facing the German Afrikorps.
Wow.
Nice.
Impressive.
They look so nice.
Yeah, they look
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, well, I
Don't
get
even
them out and
notice
mess them up. So
3.75 deep dive wants to know: are those Britain's trees or something else?
So the majority of the trees are Britons. Some of them are,
Marks.
yes, marks. Thank you. Yep.
Marks reissue. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And some of them are original marks, but a lot of them are reissues. This is the first version of the German
flipped
infantry.
We're in the upside down.
You know, it's the tilt. That's what it is. I finally realized it's the tilt. So this is the first version. You can tell because the stands are the mud color. That tells you that they're the first version of the Germans with a 21st century tank. Over here is the first version, the U.S. infantry. The red stand is the very first version, and those guys are rare. So the way they first came out was on a red stand. Somebody said that's stupid, and they changed them to brown stand. They are backed up by various things, including that's a Airfix house that I just bought at the Chicago show.
Little higher. There you go. Right there.
There you go.
One of the funnest ones is the Napoleonic figures by Britons are very, very collectible. People love these figures. Here is the British who have formed a square, and the French are moving in to attack them. I picked up a lot of French cavalry at the Chicago show. A dealer friend of mine said, "Hey, I have a whole box of them. Would you like them?" And I bought all of them. So
Yeah, those are nice.
the white infantry here, and this guy's probably got a touch up. The red on him is probably not original, but the white is the original version, and the gray is the second year they came out. They switched to gray. I think they could see the blue through the white, so they switched. And then over here, is the British cavalry who are coming in to help the square. Above them, we see the Apaches, Britain's Apaches, and the Mexican Cowboys. The Mexican Cowboys were arguably their biggest failure. They did not sell, and they pulled them very quickly. And strangely enough, there are more variants of the Mexican Cowboys than anybody else. So fun figures, just pretty hard to find. This is the Foreign Legion, including the DSG are the ones in the olive color. These are the original Britons, and they
a little higher.
A little higher, and they are, of course, faced off against the Arab tribesmen. Now, above them, I'll see how I do here, is the Knights and the Turks. And the Turks are first, and then the Knights are over there. Let's see.
Yep. Those are hard to see at all.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
So that's the first case. Switching over here. I'm going to go all the way over there. All the way over there, you see box sets mostly. The set right there is one of the rarest Britain sets. It is a huge set of U.S. and German infantry. It was only available a short time. They're just not. It was only early 70s. There are just not many of those left out there. So I had a collector that said he was going to sell his, so I made a deal with him and was lucky enough to get it.
Nice.
Yeah, I was happy. Getting a little closer here.
You sent me a picture of Canadian mounted. You said that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so that's a cool set. Let me tell you what. I'll come. Remind that is the set you see there, but I happen to have two of them, so I've got one out of the box or out of the case. I'll show you that.
Okay.
Also in there, you see the red boxes are the later Britons, and then you see a set of Napoleonics right there, and those are the British in their little box right there as well. Then this case, let's see how I can do here. So these are the original counter pack boxes, and in this case, one is the 8th Army, one is the Africorps. Those are super rare too. Those were made to be displayed. You bought a couple figures, and then when they were empty, you tossed the box. So those were only probably available for a couple of years. This is the original mortar packs, and I have different ones in here, but they originally did them in a little bit longer. Same thing, counter pack. Kids would walk in and buy them. Down here are my Swappets that I currently have out. It's the American Civil War. The Rebs are charging into the Union lines. And then this is kind of assorted stuff. Some of them are conversions that I did. I have a later counter pack of the British back there. I have the same thing in the Americans down there. And the Task Force set is actually pretty rare. Task Force was a later thing by them, but this was not super successful, and it's pretty hard to find that. That's the biggest box they made for that Task Force, and that's pretty hard to come across. And I'm sorry, I'm going fast, so if anybody has any questions, please let me know.
Do you have the aliens and space marines or whatever?
No, that's a great question. I have not ever bought a single space. It's not. I just have never gone in that direction yet. Let's see. Like I said, I store a lot of toys in the drawers, so see, it's not like that either. So that's where a lot of the extra stuff is. This is it's got to be there we go. This is the most famous detail playset they made, of course. The famous Battlefront, which is awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a really fun set. And the more stuff you add to it, you can use it with anybody's figures. The cooler it looks. It's one of the funner things that they ever made. And I think the reason it's super rare to find is because I know when I was a kid, it was super expensive. It was just, for parents, I can't remember the retail list, but it was expensive for people. And it was expensive for the toy shops to buy. So they didn't really buy that many of them. So it just added to the fact that it was hard to get. And now, I will tell you that collectors really search out this piece and like it just because it's such a fun piece.
Is that vacuum formed or is it?
It is.
Vacuum formed. Yep.
Oh,
That's very nice.
Yeah, this one's in good shape. It's got a few cracks, but it's a lot of nice touches to it. The signs. I don't have the stickers on my signs because it's an original one, but and like I said, you can use this with all kinds of different figures, and just a lot of fun to have.
So Britons wasn't really big on like a lot of vehicles or play sets, mostly just figures, right?
So they did.
The vehicles were.
Yeah, they did some nice vehicles. Really, German vehicles were incredible.
Yeah, probably the best ones, I think.
Yeah, I
other
agree.
than the Force of Valor stuff, but
Yeah.
they were
All metal, right?
Yeah.
Die cast, and some plastic. There was some plastic on them.
Yeah.
They're going to outlast all of us. I mean, they're they're super strong. I mean, I have ones from when I was a kid, and they're in the case here. I'll pull one out, but yeah, their vehicles. For World War II, they made some really cool German ones, and American as well. What does that go for? I would say this in good shape in the box. I don't mean mint, but I just mean still with its box. I'd say right now it probably goes for $350.
Wow.
Well, could be a little less. I got one for I think a couple of hundred.
Okay.
And there's no cracks, nothing. It was mind you, I don't think there was any figures included. It was just the vacuum form of the buildings. I also got a set because they also released it without the vacuum form, just the buildings. You can get those separately. I got a box of those as well, and plus some stuff. So whenever I see them, I try to get them because they're hard to come by.
They did a couple of play sets too, didn't they? Besides just that one,
they did. Well, they did. That's the only World War II, but they did do castles. They did. They did Western, which I have one to show you guys. They did Old West ones too, and they're not the easiest thing to find. The bombed building set you're talking about is kind of in the middle of your frame right now. If you go see that box that's on the lowest shelf, that's the bomb building you're talking about. And yes, you could get the building or the bomb buildings by themselves. Yep.
Their Western wagons was nice too.
Yeah, they do have some nice wagons. Also on that second shelf over on your right, you see a scout car. That's one of their vehicles. And like I said, they're indestructible. You can chip the paint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll last absolutely forever.
The figures are kind of small, but they're very nice.
Yeah, and I think the worst detail figure ever made is the British officer with his arm raised.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Like I guess he's telling you to halt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll pull
Take
it
a
off.
shot at me.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst figure. Up above, let's see. I've got things like I guess over on this case, I've got I've got the Cowboys and I've got the 7th Cavalry and I've got the Indians, of course, and more Knights all the way at the top. The Knights may not be my favorite. Maybe that's why I stick them all the way at the top. Over there at the top, I've got a couple more of the Western play sets and more of their Wild West buildings, these are the second version of the Wild West buildings. The green one is not. That's a knockoff of Britain's, but their first version, which I have not put together, but you can kind of see it. It's the saloon. Their Wild West buildings were amazing. Britain's.
Yeah, they were excellent.
Yeah. So that's mainly the Britain stuff. Like I said, I've got a lot of box stuff over there. The other wall here facing me, like I said, this was originally supposed to be for books. The books are losing the battle. Got some Marks playset or stage fronts.
Western towns, yeah.
Yep. Because I think that those are just so cool. I'm not a big Marks
Excellent.
person.
Yeah, they're very nice.
They are. And you can use them for just about anything.
Anything, yeah.
Let's see. And then I've got the red boxes are Britain's newer Civil War figures. They did put out a sets of cannons. That's what the square boxes are. Those they have not been reissued. They issued them once, and that was it. You can still get them online though. You see Forces of Valor, 21st Century. Those are kind of my secondary things, especially 21st Century. I love their vehicles and their planes. Going up, those are more 21st Century planes. Don't ever buy a case of 21st Century planes when you're in Chicago and have to get them home somehow. Not a good idea. Over there to the right is more Britain sets, more box sets, the newer ones. All the way far right is 21st Century box sets. I think I have everything of the 21st Century, and some of you may know them better than I do.
Do you have the Marines? Did they ever produce the Marines?
Did they make Marines?
They did on the back of one of the cards. They had a picture of 6 Marines to fight the Japanese.
I certainly don't have it if they did it. Yeah, I wondered that myself.
Good, I'm missing those Japanese.
Yeah, Chris Ronaldo always talks about those because he'd love to get a set of those.
I saw them. They're online, actually. I'm watching them on eBay. I don't know if...
really?
The Japanese?
No, the Marines.
Oh, the Marines. No.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen those.
I think the two, I'll show you one of the rares I have, but up there you can see I've got the Russian infantry in the box, which are pretty hard to find. Like you said, the Japanese Marines.
The China guys are hard to find too.
Yeah, they are. So in fact, that the one box you see right next to the Aerofix boxes, that is the Japanese Imperial Infantry. That's in their bubble pack kind of thing.
Yeah, they made them on blister cards too. Yeah.
Yeah. Up there, you see one of my Britain's castles, more Britain's figures, and like I said, 21st century sets too. So,
Nice.
so that's the main part of the collection I have out. I keep one wall just for home defense. That's what that's for. I have home defense.
So you got a question here from the chat room. Did Britons only do 132 scale, or did they dabble into other scales?
Well, they now make 60 millimeter, of course. They're connoisseur figures, but 132 was in plastic. Yes, that was the only thing Britons did.
Yeah. And I think I scrolled past another question. Somebody said something like, why Britons for you? I mean, was it from the childhood growing up, or was it something else?
Yeah, I definitely from the childhood. I mean, I think it's like a lot of people that collect stuff. You liked it. It had an impact on you when you were a kid at a certain age that you really liked it. Then you got older and you're like, hey, it would be really fun to capture that, that feeling again. And then you're able to finally have the money to do it. So that's
you never had Mark's play sets or any of the Timmy?
I did. I had, but I was towards the end of the Marks. So like I had a blue and gray set, and I still, it's amazing set, but it just Britain's was really like my, that sweet spot of being a kid, I think.
Huh. That's cool.
This is what I think is one of the hardest ones to find and you can still find them, but
those are rare. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the British paratroopers, and they're not even called 21st century, but that's what they are.
Yeah.
And
I have them loose, but I don't have them on card.
Yeah. This is the only way I've ever seen them is on these weird,
they're really nice
cards like that.
Yep.
But what's the company called if it's not 21st century?
But it's 21st century, I believe, but they don't label it as that.
Yeah, they call it 4-star military, and I think and there is a 21st century logo on it. I
know they did artillery sets too, like that.
Yeah, and I think this is when they had moved to Walmart. I think that's why this changed, but I'm not sure. That's a guess, because I know Walmart made them do some weird stuff when they switched over to that. Another not nearly as rare, but another that came that way is their Africor, which are really cool figures.
Very nice.
Really nice. Yeah. But that's the interesting thing I think about 21st is some of them came in a solid box, which is great. And some of them came on blister cards, and some of them came on those like half cards. It just depends on, I guess, what they were feeling like that day.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of conversions with some of those guys. I've cut some heads off the officers and put helmets on them, and different guns and stuff like that. So they're really nice to work with.
That would be, I would love to do that. And again, you can buy them, you see them in Chicago, and they're like $1 a figure, in the loose and stuff. So that's the other reason I like them, is because they're still affordable.
Do you ever repaint your figures or do any more detail?
I do. I bought a lot of new Britons, like plastic. And I did. I shared with Paul. I did a set of CBs, which was really fun to do because, of course, they never did CBs. And like one of the guys, tell you what, I'll grab them so I can, instead of just telling you about it.
Didn't DSG do some guys like the Alamo?
Yeah, they did.
I remember seeing those in their catalog. Yep.
So this is one of my CBs, and I switched his rifle with a shovel because I figured,
that's cool.
The fighting CBs, and I try and do them like Britons would do them. So like I do glossier colors, and I limit how many colors I do. They're not connoisseur by any means. They're not military miniatures. They're definitely more like toy soldiers. So,
well, hey, it's what you like.
I know, right?
Exactly. I did that, and I did I did Russians too, but those were I took somebody else's Russians and converted them and put them on the stage.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So where do you see the 132nd scale in the next 10 years?
That's tough.
I mean, you've been going to the Chicago show for years. I mean, you've seen the ups and downs, or is it down now? Is it?
The Holocaust, metal figures, they're always going to be worth something to somebody. But to me, that's like sailed. And I know that's sacrilege, but I mean that the people that had those when they were kids are out of the hobby, whatever you want to say. So, and same thing with dime store figures. I mean, you could not give away dime store figures when you go to shows. It just, that generation is gone. But I see plastic right now is really, really hot because it is people like our age that have a little disposable income and want to get back that stuff that they didn't have. So I think right now it's doing well. It's like you said, how do you grow that? Before Ken Osen retired from Britton's, he was the creative force behind Britton's. You know, he told me a story that he was bullish on the hobby because all these kids playing video games want figures to go with their video games, and they're well educated. So like earlier when you had your figure, you know, when you said that they purposely mislabeled it so they could sell it, he's saying that these kids know the camo, they know the weapons, they know the tactics because they play the video games. And so he was bullish on the hobby, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. Paul, your channel is important because we got to keep people interested in this.
Whatever it takes to keep the hobby alive, right? I mean, we're doing
Kent,
it.
do you collect any of the Britain's metal figures?
I do. Going back to your earlier conversation, like a lot of us, I watch Band of Brothers probably twice a year. So I buy their World War II paratroopers just because they're awesome figures. But I probably have.
Platoon.
Yeah, that's
their airborne sets are really nice.
Yep, that'd be another one to go after.
Expensive, but very nice.
Yeah, that's the only problem I think with those really high end plastic sets is they're awesome, but they're pretty expensive. It's hard to see how that happens.
You only get 6 figures, so
yeah. And the resin thing. I mean, you asked about. I really like the resins, but as far as the hobby, I think resin has a great place. The problem I have with resins is you can't really convert. I mean, unless they're already like arms loose or whatever. When I try and convert resin, I just break it. So maybe it'll get better. And I'm sure resin people are like, you're wrong. And but I'm just saying I haven't had any luck with it.
There's your partner. He's got a question for you.
So my holy grail would have to be the boxed 6-pack of the original paratroopers. Yeah. And it is out there. People do have it, but that would be my holy grail, Mr. Steve Harris, which by the way, Steve's still mad at me because my Chiefs destroyed his Raiders on Sunday, but I'm not supposed to mention it, so I didn't say that.
How much would a set of those go for, Kent?
I know. Let's see. I have a collector friend that bought one. I mean, honestly, they go for probably $300 to $400 a piece loose. So you can imagine a box set. $1,500 maybe now. I mean, wow. You just can't find it. It's a sunrise yellow, obnoxious 1978 looking box. And I did see the box once for a couple $100 empty. And they are out there, but the box set it's a lot.
Let me expand on that. What's your holy grail that you have right now in your collection that, God forbid, a fire's going to happen? You got to grab one thing. What are you taking with you, buddy? What are you taking?
I would tell you my original. I still have some of the original figures from my brother's first set, so I would grab those. But other than that, this is what I will tell you as a find. And
that's the Canadian one, yeah.
Yeah, if you see this, most collectors think this is their plastic Herald version Mounties, but these aren't. If you actually look at them, their stand is metal. And they are plastic, and they are metal, and it's a different mold than the Herald style Mounties that most people have. This is not in the catalog. To me, this is the missing detail set because they are plastic figures painted on a metal set. That is a detail figure. These do not appear in any catalog. They made them, I think, for 1 year only. I think there was an issue with them and they pulled them, and most detail figure collectors don't even know these exist because they're not in the catalog. So I have 2 of these sets. That's obnoxious, I know, but I think when people see them, they don't realize they're not, like I said, Herald Mounties. I call these detail Mounties, and this is one of the rare sets. I know another collector that has one. That's the only, I know of 3 sets. That's it. That's the only ones I know of that are out there. So yeah, this and the one like it is two of my rarest things for sure.
Now, do you have any of the Scott's Guard sets?
I do, yeah. You're talking about the detail ones?
Yes.
Yeah. So fun thing on that. Sorry, Paul, I can do this for hours.
That's great.
Fun thing on them that I just realized is I always thought there were two versions. And you know what? I think I have them behind me. So hold on.
I'd love to see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 40-some people watching in the chat room, but they're not asking questions, so they must be in awe.
Yeah.
They're looking at your
They're starstruck.
collection. Yeah, starstruck, right?
I may not have them over here. No, I don't think I do. Nope, I don't.
Are those considered rare though?
Most of them are not. But
No.
what I realized is, so they released them originally. They were going to be a new approach for detail. The idea was, hey, we always did action scenes or action sets. Let's do ceremonial. So they did Scott's Guard because, again, they're a British company. Tourists always want to go to the tourist spots and buy these figures. It totally made sense. But what I realized was, the only thing weird about them, by the way, is 3 of them are in action poses. So I don't know if they're supposed to be attacking the tourists or defending the tourists. But yeah, you got 3 Scots Guard that are actively with modern British assault rifles shooting. So I'm not sure who's attacking the Queen, but they're ready. They put them out for a while. They pulled them back. And then as they changed ownership, they put them out again. But what I realized is there's actually 3 versions. This is the geeky stuff that keeps people like me awake. There's not just 2 versions. There's a 3rd version that were, again, only available for a year. The paint is slightly different. The coloring is slightly different. The detail is slightly different, etc.
Gotcha.
So,
Wow.
Do you have many of the Swapette figures from Britain's? The Herald Swapettes?
I do. I have, let's see, I have all of the Civil War. I have a decent number of the Knights. Those are probably the main ones I have. I mean, I do have a decent number of the Cowboys, which are great figures, and the Indians.
Yep.
You know, they're a lot of fun, and I haven't had any bad luck with them. You know, I know a lot of people say they will break on them, but
Yeah, they do. So I had some Civil War guys that broke. I mean, crazy glued some of them, but you know, they're very, very fragile.
yeah. I know I have that problem with tempo figures. My
Yeah, I've
Tempo
had that problem
Classic,
too.
yeah, their horses. I guess they put too much chalk in them, but their
Yeah,
horses break
chalk,
on
yeah.
them all the time.
The Mexican guys for the Tempo guys are really fragile.
Okay. And Paul, you asked about play sets.
Yep.
Here's another one that a lot of people
Oh,
don't
wow.
know is out there.
Good one.
It's
That's
another vacuum formed, and you know, obviously it's Wild West. It's an interesting one to put together because it's vacuum form with cardboard, like the building you see on it is cardboard. And then it came with figures and the canoe set, and this was only made a couple of years. You know, Britain's tried stuff. If it didn't work, they would just move on. So this is a pretty, and it's kind of a big cardboard box too.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare as well.
Now, was the Pioneer? I'm sorry, go ahead, Paul.
Go, Chris. This is your show, Chris.
No, it's not my show. Was
Chris?
the Pioneer guy that they did? Was he a Britain's detail? There's a Pioneer. That guy came with a raft, and it was like 3 different versions of him with 3 different guns.
Yeah, I always considered him. I always considered him like Britain's plastic. I always try and draw the line of. I mean, not that it matters, but you know, detail is that it's got to have a metal stand on it, and even that is not quite.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
you can't always stick to that. But I always consider that guy Britain's plastic. Yeah.
He was on a blister card, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, those are cool figures, and the thing
Yeah,
I like
I
about
suppose-
those is they mix so well too.
They do.
Yeah. This was a cool one that I got at the show. It's not
nice.
quite, you know, exactly details, but it's their police. I have a thing for their Land Rovers. I don't know why, but Britain's Land Rovers, I don't care what they say. They could say, you know, Barbie on the side. I'd still buy it. And it's, you know, complete in the box. It's in, you know, broken plastic, but it's in really good shape. Fun one to have. And like I said, this was, Paul, you were talking about what you got at the show. This was a show find.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
This was I will tell you this was $60. This particular packaging is the Army group packaging is super popular. They made a box set of the Army group with this that is amazing. I mean, it's like you get 8 figures and you get 3 vehicles and the whole bit. I don't have that one, but it's part of this line of their kind of camo packaging, which was a lot of fun to get.
Hey. Well, I like to ask 2 personal questions before I let you go for the night.
Sure.
First one is, what was your favorite toy as a kid growing up?
Britain's Detail. There you
Really?
go. That was it.
No way.
Was it Evil Knievel? Nothing like that. It was.
And by the way, and I know you're wrapping up, Paul, but I will say we were not a wealthy family. Just to be clear, I mean, when I was a kid, we were solid, middle class. I would get a set of 6 Britons once a year. It was like you're going on summer holiday. They would let my brother and I. He would pick one side, I would pick the other. It was 6 for the entire year. So. It wasn't like I had this stuff when I was a kid because detail was expensive.
I find that very common with most collectors. I mean, blue collar kids that didn't have a lot of toys. What little toys they had, they took good care of them, and that's what they collect now. It's kind of weird. But
I think you're right.
That's probably why we have so much of it now, because we didn't have it as kids.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
all the stuff we wanted, right?
Exactly.
So my other question is, give us a good story of you growing up with your childhood regarding your toys. Doesn't have to be toy soldiers, but if it is, that's fine. Like a favorite Christmas, birthday, travel, playing outside, something with the neighbor kids.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I mean, I think the biggest thing that, I know I'm going to sound like an old guy when I say this, but, like all of you, we played outside. That's what we did all day long is we went out. I grew up in the Midwest, and we would go out and we would play outside. And, one of my favorite things to play was war. And we all had various, sometimes it was a stick, sometimes it was an actual plastic gun, whatever. But, we would spend hours going all through the neighborhood playing that. And that's one of my great memories is just out there with other kids playing and, having fun. And, it's too bad that we've kind of lost that. I get why. And like I said, I sound like an old person, I realize, but that's one of my great memories is just being outside, playing war, playing kickball, whatever it was.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen my show before, but at the end of every show, we have this guy, Rick, down here who likes to go to we call it the mayonnaise jar question. All right. Now the mayonnaise jar question is very, has nothing to do with your collection or toy soldiers, but depending on how you answer this determines whether we ever have you back again. Okay, so it is that important. Okay, Ken. Okay. I'm just gonna let you know.
It's an important question, Kent.
So I'm going to turn it over to Rick here, and he's going to go to the mayonnaise jar, and he's going to pull out a arbitrary question for you.
I know I haven't said anything in this whole show, but this is the most important question you're going to answer. So, Kent, if you could go back in time, what historic figure would you want to be?
Oh, that's a good one. Historic figure, I would say, that's that's a challenging one. I would have to say, I would say, wow. I read a lot of history, so this is a challenging one. I would say Captain Robert Rogers of Rogers Rangers. Evolutionized warfare, complete different approach to what you did, had a lasting impact on this country. Not saying everything he did was right, not saying he was the best individual, but somebody that came from nowhere and had a profound effect upon history and, helped a lot of people. So I would say the famous leader of Rogers Rangers, that's the one I'd go with.
Very nice. Very nice. Great answer.
Excellent.
I think Ron Barza would say yes to that.
Yeah, thumbs up to that one.
Joe, what do you think about that, Joe?
Joe?
Great question.
So,
Joe's been quiet too tonight.
I know. Joe's just taking it all in, man.
Yeah.
Was it a great answer?
Yeah, I guess we'll have him back. Thumbs up or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Kent. Well, hey, man, it's been an honor and a privilege to have you on my channel. I watch your channel all the time, and those of you in the chat room, or if you're going to watch this later, make sure you check out It's not the collector guys, right? It's just collector guys.
Collector guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Collector
Guys.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
check
And
out-
I have to give a shout out. My wife named it, so if I don't say that, then I'll hear about it. So my wife named it.
so collector guys, check
Collector
them out.
guys.
Make sure you subscribe, and you're always welcome back on my channel, Kent. And maybe we'll try to get Steve-O on in the near future, huh?
Do it. Yep. He's a lot of fun.
All right, man. So
Thanks
next
so much,
week-
Paul. Thanks,
next
everyone.
week- Yep.
Bye,
next
everybody.
week, don't forget, next Monday we have Bill Taylor on, which is Rick. I think you hooked us up with him. Is that you? Or
Yeah.
is that, yep.
Well,
And then we
was
have
on-
Steve.
he was on- he was
Tuesday
on-
we have Steve from Toy Room of Insanity. He has a great YouTube channel, great for Halloween. So make sure you check out him, Toy Room of Insanity. But until then, guys, have a great week. Thanks again, Kent. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye, everybody.